We in here.
Are we up?
Yeah, we live.
All right. I don't see it on my phone. That's why.
You know, it's on the time like delay or whatever. We since we don't do this enough on a consistent basis, we never know how this stuff actually works. What's up, internet world? We're the News 19 nerds. I'm Michael.
I'm Leroy.
I'm Lauren.
There we go, Lauren, practicing that social distancing because we are trying to do our best here to do whatever.
Here it is.
There we go. Yep, we are live. We are back. We took last week off because the world's crazy. Y'all know stuff's going on.
We didn't take it off. We ain't had time.
That's true. Yeah, a lot of stuff always going on. Unfortunately, stuff always going on. Even this week, lots of craziness.
No,
what?
No, there's nothing going on.
Oh, nothing happening. Yeah. But you can go anywhere for news and headlines.
It's a perfectly calm week. There's nothing going on.
Yeah.
Nothing going on.
Yeah.
In the world.
It's calm.
So we're gonna go into that assumption that it's calm. We're not really talking about a lot of heavy stuff today because y'all, we just ain't got it. We ain't got it today. I'm speaking for myself. I don't have it. Y'all got it?
I love how you're like, yeah, there's some stuff going on.
Yes. Lauren, you got it?
I mean, like, it is whatever.
Yeah. So we're going to keep it light tonight. We're talking about HBO Max. It was released on the 27th, right? Wednesday. Also, Leroy's happy for some Superman news. And I am not happy. I'm just like, whatever.
Go ahead.
That's it. I don't even.
Is it?
Because it's more just to pick at you than anything to be like. Because I actually think he's fine. I just want to pick at you about it. So Superman and all that stuff, and then we'll talk about some PS5 stuff. So where you want to go?
No, leave it to y'all.
First, go. One thing that we were doing, Lauren, I'm looking back at you when I forgot the camera's right here. Like I don't know how TV works.
I'm not seeing. Also, like, I'm actually watching us on YouTube so I can at least see y'all, because, I mean, y'all so spaced out. I don't even know what y'all look like right now. Hey!
There we go. Yeah.
Black too.
If you've seen Black Snake moan, I look like Samuel L. Jackson with less hair.
Fantastic.
That's how I look.
So what got y'all through the week? Did anything get y'all through the week? Just positive vibes? What got you through the week?
What got me through the week is KVU has a little girl named Sawyer. Her mom's name is Brittany Flower. She's a reporter. And every week on Wednesday, they drop a video about Sawyer doing some DIY stuff at home. That little girl is hilarious.
She's definitely a bright spot in all the other news happening.
She is the greatest thing that I have found. I'm telling you right now, I watch every one of those videos at least 10 times because it is a joy to see somebody.
KVU out of Texas.
Is Austin?
I don't know if it's Austin or not.
It's just
exactly. I just know it's KVUE.
It's just the fact that somebody is just happy.
Yeah.
And she is just ecstatic to do the simplest things. Mm-hmm. Like one day she screwed on the cap to a spray bottle. And she just screamed out, "I did it!" And I was like it took me out.
Yeah.
I love it.
She's very infectious, very positive for sure. Lauren, what's getting you through the week? Anything getting you through the week?
I'm going back and watching A Different World, which has been fun. I got some new beats.
World.
Your
mom got you some beats?
No, I paid for these on my own. Thank you very much. I'm grown.
I want to see the receipt.
I got the receipt right here. That's why I got the beats. Whatever, Studio 3s, the cheapest version.
Okay, fair enough. You got you some beats,
right?
So you basically got music getting you through the week as best as possible, right?
Music is getting me through the week. My own music is getting me through the week.
Last
poetry.
week a DJ saved your life.
You said what?
Last night a DJ saved your life.
Basically, yeah. And then I got a Lauren. Well, it's not new, but the Lauryn Hill, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill vinyl version came today, so that was great.
That's what I'm talking about.
When'd you get a record player?
She been had one. We talked about this last time.
I've been had one.
Oh,
yeah.
In my face.
I've had one for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, so you need to listen to us. This relationship is built on trust and communication. You don't be listening to me.
You don't even know me.
I mean, I won't say you're wrong. I mean, it is what it is.
All right, what got you through the week? Besides a comb.
Clearly it didn't. Video games, man. Video games are always my stress reliever, always my escapism. I am about to finish Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
No, you're not.
After putting 120 hours into
Oh, okay.
it.
I was
Yeah.
about to say.
I'm finally at the end game of that game. It was great, and I will probably finally finish Ori and the Will of the Wisp back on Xbox One. Because I put that down and play Assassin's Creed, so I'll go back to that and 2 Point Hospital. Because I don't know.
As much as you love that, as much as you talked about that game, you put it down.
Only because I was playing Assassin's Creed Origins, like, well, let me go to Odyssey. Odyssey, man, Cassandra is great. Assassin's Creed Origins is good. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is really good. Yeah. The voice actor who did Cassandra did a great job. So that's what got me through the week. So Lauren, what you want to start with first? HBO Max or PS5?
Let's start with the PS5.
Okay. What's your questions?
It's gonna cost
What does
$9.
it look like?
Don't know.
We don't know what it looks like yet.
How much it costs?
Okay.
We don't know.
We don't know.
What games is gonna be on it? Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
God of War 2.
Maybe.
God of War 2, whatever.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2.
When any of these things come out,
Yeah.
we don't know.
I mean, the biggest news that came out is next week, June 4th, Sony is going to hold some type of conference talking about PlayStation 5. We don't know if they're going to show the system. We know that they're going to show next-gen games. Beyond that, we don't. They said it'll be about an hour. I think it's 4 p.m. Eastern time. I'm excited to see it because it's new.
Nah, this says 4 p.m. Eastern, excuse me.
What you thought it said?
It's at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it just because Microsoft, we had talked about it before with Microsoft. Before they did their event, we were saying Microsoft was ahead of the game and they seemed like they to be in the driver's seat. Then they did that press conference.
They stumbled.
Yeah, they stumbled. I'm not going to say they fell completely, but
Rabbit in the hair, maybe.
they
It may be rabbit in the hair.
yeah, they were not the champion. PS5 can kind of learn from that mistake, and it kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you guys remember, but when Xbox One was first unveiled at E3 2012 or whatever it was, and Don Matrick came out, head of Xbox at the time, was saying, the Xbox One is going to be an entertainment center, and he didn't really focus on games, and there were still questions about DRMs and used games. And then Sony had their press conference that night or sometime afterwards. They were able to change their press conference around, and essentially there was this meme of, who was it? Shuhei Yoshida, and I can't remember the other guy, and they were showing how they shared games, and essentially they just passed it off and said, yeah, you can just share it like that. Mm-hmm. It was a huge meme, got a lot of laughs. Sony kind of dominated the market since then. And I feel like we might be repeating the same thing of Sony seeing what Microsoft did. They know how to avoid it, and they can be like, no, here's actual gameplay. Here's blah, blah, blah.
Brian Barrett said it wasn't that big of a stumble. Brian, the reason why we say it was a stumble is because Microsoft was in the lead. They had actually showed the console. They showed the controller. There was a lot of spec talk, and they had this. They were leading the forefront with Assassin's Creed Vikings.
Valhalla.
Valhalla. And all of the games that they showed, it was for them to be so much in the lead. They stumbled because they showed Valhalla, which was basically cutscenes, and they labeled that as in-game.
It was in-game, but it's not like you're actually playing.
So it was a stumble in the sense of a lot of the games that they had. They didn't show Halo, and in a couple of games, I think it was whatever the one game that's already available. It was.
Yeah, Bright Memory Infinite is the new next-gen version that's coming out.
There was a lot of where they could have taken that lead and expounded upon it, considering they had built up so much, I don't want to say goodwill, but so much more transparency than Sony has. Now, Sony on the other side Sony in its way is capping off this generation's system because they did the state of play with Last of Us 2. That's their big crowning achievement.
And before that, they did Ghost of Tsushima, which everybody was talking about.
So they're not. They seem to have a more methodical, slower pace than Microsoft. I don't know if that's going to pay off for them. Everybody right now. Go ahead.
Microsoft's always, to me, been system-based, right? And I feel like Sony has always been more appealing, more prettier. You know, I don't know. This is kind of
now when you
saying this.
Explain yourself.
Yeah, Lauren. When you say pretty, do you mean like the physical system is more attractive to you than the Microsoft system?
The system is more attractive.
Okay.
Some of their gaming is better.
Okay.
They get a little bit more creative with the games because I feel like Xbox didn't have as many games as the PS3, 4, and maybe the 5 soon when it comes out. But I mean, like, I know there's different sides on this one, but my mom is always the Xbox person. But before we had like the PS3 and I had the PSP at one point.
I had one too. I just traded it in. Need diaper money.
Good time. But to me, Sony has always looked prettier to me. I'm still not buying a system, so I'm one of those people. But
I'm buying one.
If I were to buy a system, I'd probably get the PS5 whenever it comes out versus the new Xbox that could be coming out sometime soon.
And see, Lauren, you're kind of you're a great example, right? Because maybe you aren't a hardcore gamer, but you still enjoy games. So we could. Yeah. I think it's fair to. Is it fair to say you're a casual gamer?
I'm a casual gamer.
Okay.
I mean, as long as I have my computer, I can still play my Sims whenever. Right. So that's a good thing.
Right. So if you're a casual gamer, we could extrapolate that to other people, right? And take Lauren as like an example. I would say the talk now is probably around Sony more so than Microsoft. And Lauren saying, she may not buy either one right away, but she's leaning more towards Sony. I could see that being the general case for most people.
Well, you got to remember when most of these systems come out, Lauren is not the person that they want in the first.
Yeah, not target audience.
Yeah, she's not target audience. The two idiots sitting right here are the target audience.
Right.
Where we're like,
yeah.
So we're the target audience because they believe we will buy both systems. We will spend whatever the initial price is to be the first one to own it. Now, Lauren brings up a great point, and Brian Barrett brings up 85% of games are multi-platform. And I think that's where, in my opinion, I think Microsoft stumbled, because if you're going to get someone like a Lauren, because you already got us, if you're going to get somebody like a Lauren who is a casual gamer, what is that game that's going to make you drop X amount of hundreds of dollars to do that? And that's where your exclusive comes in. And Lauren is telling you as a casual gamer, the thing that sticks out in her mind is PlayStation. And so even though a wide variety of these games, Call of Duty, whatever racing game, Grand Theft Auto, those games are on Madden,
Assassin's
FIFA,
Creed.
Like
we talked about, yeah.
You had an opportunity to show something that was going to
2K.
be on your platform, and you dropped the ball. And that would have gotten somebody like a Lauren that says, "Oh, wait, that's only on Microsoft." Whereas Sony's going to bring something to the table that's going to say, "Y'all want to play Horizon Zero Dawn 2?
Yeah.
Y'all want to be a little redhead girl shooting bow and arrows at Zoid monsters?
Yeah.
We got you. You want to yell at a little kid, talk about boy? We got you. You want to be Miles Morales Spider-Man? We got you."
Yeah.
That's what Sony's going to show up with. And I guess that's where I say, in my opinion, the stumbling block. So I get both sides of it. I'm just interested to see what Sony does.
And then to go back to people in our chat have said before that they are huge Microsoft fans, and I am too. 2 points. One, Microsoft has made a concerted effort for this next generation to buy a bunch of first-party studios. I think they have 15 first-party studios now, if not 15, at least more than a dozen first-party studios to give you those games, because a constant criticism for them has been, where are your first-party exclusives? What games? Besides Gears of War and Halo, they were like, you got Forza, but again, nobody was really hitting on
granted, Forza is one of the big ones, but if they can show Halo Infinite, Halo, and this will be, I think, one of the first times since the first Halo? That a Halo game has premiered with the console.
Ooh, I don't know my history on what has launched with the system and not.
Brian Barrett brings up another good point. One of the best things that Xbox has going for it is the Microsoft Game Pass.
Oh, I love Game Pass.
And backwards compatibility. Avery had talked about one of the games he was playing that was on the Game Pass that would appeal to somebody like a Lauren, where you buy the console, you pay for Game Pass, and you have this entire library of games. So Sony's going to have to step up in that avenue, and backwards compatibility. We're hearing rumors that...
Quick question.
Yeah.
About Xbox... I think one of the turnoffs for me was Xbox Live. And when that was first introduced to me, it was, you got to pay.
Oh, you go
pay.
Yeah, you got both of them. You got to pay.
That's the new standard now. You're paying for Live.
Originally, if I'm not mistaken, PlayStation was not about having you pay. You just have to connect to your Wi-Fi, and then you're able to
None-
go live.
Originally, none of you had to pay. And then they realized we can get money per month.
So yeah, Lauren, the big thing was when Xbox Live kind of took off, you paid a certain premium or whatever to get all these things. And then at first, when PS did its online service, you didn't have to pay to play people online. I don't remember exactly what year it changed, but now
I remember. I don't remember exactly, but I remember when it changed. So I was like, wait a minute, I got to do what to do what?
Because that was kind of the big feature they talked about was, even if you go online, you don't have to pay, and now it's changed.
Well, see, now the thing is, all these games being always online, always connected, that is a cash revenue for them. So my question is for both of these, is part of your, whatever your PlayStation Now, your PlayStation Plus, whatever that thing is, are you going to combine these services into one price per month that gives you access? That also allows you to have backwards compatibility? Or is that going to be an added, in other words, are they going to nickel and dime you to death to pay for now, Game Pass?
Microsoft has come out of the gate and said that their system, off the rip, will play old games. When you put the disc into the system, it plays.
And see, that's, I think, is what's going to be a great thing going forward.
What's up, Lauren?
Yeah. No, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what's going to happen. I think I'm ready for Sony to finally do something, because both of these companies are basically playing chicken with each other, because both of them are waiting for the other one so they can drop price, so they can undercut each other, which is great for the consumer, which is good for us. My only problem is you need to go ahead and do that based on, and I want to be real, based on what's going on in the world right now. If somebody wants to set aside discretionary income for this as a Christmas gift or wants to save up, you need to know how much you're going to need to spend, so you can make sure you hit rent, mortgage, light bill, groceries. And so if you know that going forward, you're like, okay, I need to put away this much. And I think them going ahead and doing that now in the summer gives a lot of people a lot of time to say, hey, at least I know what I need to meet for this particular item.
So this is question for the chat and then question for you guys, 2 parts. One, do you think we're going to see the system? And 2, do you think we're going to get a price?
No.
Lauren, what about you?
No price, but yeah, we're definitely going to see the system.
Okay.
They've been showing us this controller for months.
Yeah.
It's we need to see the system at this point.
I think we'll see the system, but
what's the big circle?
What's up?
What if it's like a big circle?
Like a Roomba?
Maybe, yeah, like a Roomba.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? I do think it's going to probably emulate something with the controller scheme setup, right? So maybe the 2 different colors, black and white. So I do think we'll see the system. I don't know if we'll get a price, because Microsoft still has at least 2 more events. They have an event in June. And then in July is when we're supposed to see the first-party games. So I wonder if Microsoft will give their price in July, and then Sony will do that in July too. I don't know.
Somebody brought up, Ryan Porter brought up, consoles are not just for gaming anymore. They are entertainment centers, and who gives you more? And that honestly is one of the big things, I think, for me personally, I think you're going to see from these systems going forward. I know Microsoft tried that in the beginning and they stumbled.
It seems like they were ahead of the time now.
The way streaming services work and the way home entertainment systems are working, especially during, again, and I know we were not wanting to talk about what was going on in the world. My PlayStation right now is, before we have a Roku built into our TV. So HBO Max dropped Wednesday. Guess what? HBO Max is in a fight with Amazon and Roku, and it will not update to HBO Now. Will not update to HBO Max. We're watching HBO Max through the PlayStation. HBO Max is through your Xbox. If you have a Fire Stick, it's still HBO Now.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I think is going to be very interesting going forward. What are these new systems UIs are going to look like? Because one of the things I've always liked about Microsoft was their user interface was very intuitive. I think PlayStation is a little behind the Sony's behind the times. Their UI is a little dreadful.
Sony, it took you guys years upon years to get a virtual keyboard for me to type to search stuff through the PlayStation Store.
Yep.
That was weird.
And so I think that is also a thing that I think is also going to be going forward. I'm not saying that they should bring out a keyboard. I don't know if that's, but I honestly think
they've had them for the past systems.
they've had them for the past
keyboard,
systems, but I think one of those things that I think capitalizing on what Lauren said as a casual gamer is having an entertainment system that is not just, it's great to play games. And let's be honest, Lauren, are you going to spend $70 on the next gen game that comes out? Or would you be willing to spend $20 on something you used to play back in the day, pop that disc in, and you just play it casually?
Yeah, some used to play games.
See what I'm saying? So like somebody like a Lauren, that whatever system she's going to end up buying is going to have all of those extra bells and whistles. And let's see if Microsoft can compete with whatever Sony comes out with on Wednesday. Because again, those are the things that's going to tip those families are just going to say, why should I buy this, spend $600 or $700 right now? Because let's be honest, that system is going to be no less than $500. You got to buy another controller, a game, because it's probably not coming with a game.
Yeah.
So it's that.
Damien or Ryan Porter said, y'all know we dropping 600 plus off rip easy.
Yeah.
I think the magical price is $4.99. That's what I want it to be, but I could see it being $5.99. But I think the magical price is $4.99, and that would be that'd be pretty cool.
Don't forget tax.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So the reason why I bring up HBO Max is because that segues into our next topic.
Hold on, Lauren, you got anything else on PlayStation or Microsoft or anything?
No, I was just thinking about that price because I'm honestly considering getting some artwork right now. That's around $500.
Interesting.
What you buying? The Obama portrait that Trump didn't put up? What artwork you buying for $600?
Y'all know I got artwork. Wow. No, it's a painting. It's an original.
Dogs playing poker?
Signed, numbered. Huh?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get both eventually. So
all right.
Sure. We talked. She said I can have one, and then I can get the other one later on.
Is she in the chat tonight?
Hopefully not.
Oh, Katie, I hope you pop up in the chat.
Because I want her to contradict me live on time.
Okay. Yeah.
Please pop up in the chat.
Yeah.
She said I can have one. And it's probably going to be the PlayStation. But the reason why I brought up HBO Max is because we were busy last week. And the biggest news, it kind of broke the internet. The Snyder Cut is coming to HBO Max.
I don't know how I feel about this Snyder Cut.
You tell me why.
So,
first of all, how do you feel about Justice League? You and Lauren, how do y'all feel about the movie as it stands right now, what you saw?
It's a mess. Justice League was a mess of a movie. Joss Whedon did what he could. I don't know who's at fault. I'm not trying to blame whoever, but the final product was not good. I feel like a lot of people can agree with that. I feel like it was just a bunch of And then comparing it to, I won't even compare it to Avengers Endgame because they got 10 years. Let's just compare it to Avengers, the first Avengers. That it's still not as good as the first Avengers, I don't think. The 2012 Avengers or whatever.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'll say that Wonder Woman was the reason why I saw Wonder Woman was the reason why I saw Justice League. That and her and Jason Momoa.
Okay.
So,
and what'd you think of it?
I mean, it was something to watch when it came out.
Yeah. For sure.
So one of the things I wanted to bring up is because now we have word that all the campaigning, all the things that happened worked. Zack Snyder has been in contact with Warner Brothers. They're going to give him the okay to complete his version of the film. The word is that we only saw a third of that movie on the screen. A lot of the Josh Whedon stuff that he did is going to be out. From what I understand, the entire cut of the movie, from what Zack Snyder, from what I've been able to piece together, is it was 4 hours. Justice League was supposed to be his Endgame and Infinity War.
But it's gonna be 2 movies, right?
2 movies.
Yeah.
And then Warner Brothers stepped in, got cold feet, and removed him from the project. The family tragedy he had supposedly was don't misunderstand me. He was already kind of removed from the project, and the family trauma that he was dealing with allowed him to exit out gracefully. Mm-hmm. But supposedly there are rumors that he was already let go and removed from the film. They just used that as cover. Now that the fans have rallied behind this version of what they believe is a better cut, Warner Brothers is now standing behind because they have a whole new platform. Because I want to scroll up. Somebody brought up HBO. Brian Barrett brings up HBO Max has no original programming at launch. Everybody's in this.
No, it's got some stuff.
It's got
because Anna Kendrick has a show.
What I'm saying,
I ain't seen it, but I know she got a show.
I understand that. What I'm bringing up is that's what everybody's after: original content.
Yeah. And
this is an easy way to drop something on your platform no one else has.
Yeah.
So that's where we are right now.
To me, I don't like it that the internet trolls and the toxic people won. I think it's anything with internet culture, of rage culture, right?
Yeah.
There's always a peaceful way to go about something and be like, yeah, let's get Zack Snyder's cut. And there were good people who did stuff, but there were also toxic people and negative people who just, went after people and gave people death threats. You need to release this cut or whatever. I've seen Man of Steel. I've seen BVS, the full version. Zack Snyder definitely has a vision for what he wants for these characters. Mm-hmm. It is, you are the comic book man, so I'll defer to you. But to me, it definitely feels his vision for the DC universe is definitely not the general version we get of these characters. I feel that's correct, right?
It's a different. The Snyderverse is a version. He's trying to deconstruct these superheroes. Mm-hmm. But somebody, I wasn't the one who said this. In order to deconstruct something, you must actually have the thing constructed. Mm-hmm. So in other words, before you make Superman, this angsty guy, you have to show that Superman is a Boy Scout. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem with Snyder's verse. You needed a more wholesome Justice League or wholesome DC universe before you bring in the dark version of it. I personally like Man of Steel. It's different.
You have been on record saying that forever.
For those of you who do not know, when Man of Steel came out, I enjoyed one. It's nostalgic because it is the day that movie came out. That was the first real official date I had with my wife, who's Katie, my wife. We went on a date.
Aww.
We went on a date. We had sushi. I left, and then me and my boys went and watched midnight showing of Man of Steel. So that was like the perfect day for me. Mm-hmm. The movie was okay. It wasn't like the best movie ever, but it was just so it's kind of like that childhood memory thing you go through.
Yeah.
I enjoy Henry Cavill. I like him as Superman. I think the script wasn't that great, so I'm happy to see him back. But I do agree that there is some vitriol that helped get this done. I also think what's going on in the world where you can't film people and Warner Brothers saying give them $20 million, $30 million, and
you seen the recent report? Is they said it's actually more than $30 million?
It probably is, but you know what?
The head of Warner Brothers was like, we gave him more than $30 million. He won't say what.
Yeah,
he just said more than $30 million.
Because they right now they're in a situation
Plus.
That's
where
crazy.
They're like, let's see if the fan base will support this. Now, my problem is, what are you going to do with your universe with 2 competing movies?
Flashpoint it all away.
And that's what. So
I feel like Flashpoint's going to happen, and they'll be like, we're revamping everything.
Because I've been on record. Everybody who knows me, I've been on record. I like Man of Steel. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's great. I like it. It's perfectly fine. I like Henry Cavill's coming back. You bringing back Ben Affleck? You see, like what? How?
Oh, you talking about for like
For
yeah?
so like your
future Batman.
there you see like
No. I'm sorry. No.
Lauren's like no, but I mean, but Lauren, there are people who think Ben Affleck was a good Batman in a bad movie. Like in other words, how I feel about Henry Cavill, a lot of people feel that way about Ben Affleck, and I don't know what they're going to do, but I do believe that they are now trying to fix or retcon something when they should have. Honestly, I would have rather Warner Brothers said, you know what? Let him finish it. Whatever it is, because I'm always on record saying, I'd rather something new and it fails versus you doing the same thing and giving me crappy results. Solo.
Yeah.
Let him finish it.
Lauren, we've talked a lot. What's your thoughts?
Yeah.
Well, I have a question about. So, my favorite Batman. I'm just gonna go back. Mine was Christian Bale, and I don't know how y'all feel about Christian Bale as Batman. I know that wasn't necessarily in like. I mean, it was DC, but not. I mean, like,
I enjoy Christian Bale.
Oh yeah.
So I've always thought like Christian Bale was like the ultimate Batman. I know like, previous Batmans, they were whoever's the cutest at the time. I think that's what people like. But Ben Affleck did not do this.
Okay, I like it.
But also like HBO Max, as you were saying, like with the original programming, I thought we were going to get more in the beginning. I do not have HBO Max. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to get it. I have HBO Go, which is connected to my mom's DirecTV, as y'all know. So I've been chilling, living my life, watching The Wire. I finished The Wire, by the way.
So Lauren,
we gotta talk about that. Ooh, that's what. Yeah.
Lauren, question for you.
I'll back to movies or whatever. But
Lauren, quick question
I don't
on your HBO Go. Has your mom looked into, because for the most part,
if you have HBO, you have
should
access.
you should have access to HBO Max. So has she looked into that?
Yeah, just tell your mom to go and log in, and it'll automatically give y'all access to it.
She doesn't know the login stuff.
Okay, never mind.
But I'll ask her about it. She'll
Yeah.
probably be like, it's another subscription we gotta get. I'm like, no, Mom, just.
Yeah.
You already paid for it, Mom.
So I don't even know what kind of access she has with that. But I know I haven't downloaded HBO Max yet. I've seen it pop up on my Fire Stick.
So has it showed up on the Fire Stick, HBO Max?
I've either a commercial for it or the actual app. I haven't seen the actual app.
Because on my Fire Stick, it hadn't updated to say HBO Max, and so I'll go home and check tonight. But one of the things I
was your HBO Now app supposed to automatically update to HBO Max?
If you had HBO Now, it automatically updated to HBO Max.
People in chat, let us know if you guys are going through similar things with your HBO Max or Now to Max and all that kind of stuff. But Lauren, did you finish your thought? I feel like I cut you off. I'm sorry.
I forgot where my thought was going, but either way, people are popping off about Ben Affleck in the chat, and I don't like him as Batman.
I thought he was fine.
You know me, Kevin Conroy is my Batman.
I mean, I'm always partial to 1989 Batman, Michael Keaton.
I can feel you.
That's a fun movie. That Joker was fantastic. That is a great movie. Prince soundtrack was really good.
I think Michael Keaton Batman's okay. I only think he's good because Jack Nicholson was that great as a Joker.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I think that's why we.
That's fine.
Because I think Jack Nicholson he elevated that.
Okay.
For me, it's always Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, it's. I could parse this into being like a Doctor Who's your favorite Doctor situation.
Yeah.
For me, it's definitely Kevin Conroy, just being, he's been the longest tenured Batman more or less for so many years. So yeah,
from games to animated movies, animated television. Yeah, he is. If you think about it, that for some people that's their only Batman.
Yeah,
that's their introduction to the Dark Knight.
Side note and shameless plug: Kevin Conroy is a very nice man. We got to interview him last year at Southern City Comic Con.
I don't even know what the day is.
Very, very nice man.
That's so random.
I'm just saying, since we're talking about Kevin Conroy, we interviewed a lot of the cast of Batman animated series.
No, I'm saying that whole meetup was random.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think HBO Max. I'm enjoying it. only because it has a lot of stuff that like pulls it together.
Question.
Yes.
So what are you watching on HBO Max that you couldn't watch on HBO now?
You want me to be honest?
Yeah, sure.
So the first thing we watched when I opened the app was the Elmo talk show
Okay.
and Looney Tunes.
That's cool.
Did Elmo do a song with Lil Nas X?
Yes. And he did Rubber Ducky with Casey Musgraves. That's the first episode. Son, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I thought the first thing I was gonna click on was like Batman versus I opened the app, I got up, Katie was working, I opened it up, I started looking through, and she was like, I'm really interested in Elmo talk show. And I just clicked on it. And we watched it and son, it was great. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was like, yo, this is tight. I'm gonna be honest with you, he does a better job at interviewing people than Jimmy Fallon. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Wow.
Jimmy Fallon, friend of the show, I'm sorry. But Elmo dusted you as a host.
Man, that's wild.
And then I watched the old Looney Tune cartoons.
Okay.
They have all the old Looney Tunes with Yosemite Sam, where Bugs Bunny talk about rabbit season, duck season.
And they have the new shorts too, right?
They have the new shorts, but I don't care about them.
Yeah.
I'm watching old Tweety Bird with the old white lady and the blue dress.
Yeah.
I don't know what her name is.
Granny.
Granny, yeah.
Yeah, Granny.
So I played with it just a little bit, but the reason why I bring up the HBO Max and the Snyder Cut is they really made a lot of noise for that app for something that's not coming out for at least
next year,
whole nother year.
Yeah.
So I give my hats off to Warner Brothers. They pulled off a coup. But they have yet to do what Disney Plus has done with The Mandalorian.
Yeah, but to be fair, let's give them that time when the movie comes out, right? Mm-hmm. Because if we're talking about the same thing next year or whenever the new Justice League comes out and their numbers are low or dwindling, then you're like, okay, that you can kind of compare apples to apples.
The reason why I say that is because when Disney Plus dropped, Mandalorian was coming out that month.
Yeah. And
so HBO Max, I think, needs to, like, they've announced a lot of stuff, just like Disney Plus did. And we've had a lot of people, I don't remember, I don't want to call out any names, but a lot of people in our chat were like, once you get through some of the stuff that they had, the original programming, you're left with stuff that you are probably already own.
I was very gung-ho for the beginning of Disney Plus with The Mandalorian, with the Jeff Goldblum show. I even watched, and me and Jenna need to do our review of High School Musical.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we watched it.
You, Jenna, and Alicia.
Yeah, so I watched it. I enjoyed High School Musical, the musical, the show, whatever. Mm-hmm. I thought it was fun. I kind of just have it, and what is it? It's $6.99, right?
I don't know.
I don't even know what I pay for Disney Plus.
Yeah, because
I have it.
Because I paid for it up front.
Yeah, I paid for it up front. So they got me, and it's such a low price that it doesn't bother me that I'm paying for it. So HBO Max is going to be a little bit. Actually, wait, I don't pay for HBO Max.
$14.99.
Yeah, and then I just realized I don't pay for HBO Max. I have somebody else's account. So do what you want, HBO.
Yeah.
That ain't my money. I don't care.
But that's the thing. Like now you have and this is where I think it's going to be very interesting now. And a lot of people in the chat, I'd like to hear from them. You brought up a very good point. Lauren actually brought it up first. Lauren don't pay for HBO Max. You don't pay for it. Mm-hmm. Would you pay for it?
I pay for HBO Max.
So that's
everybody coming by HBO Max.
Yeah.
So
thanks to a friend of a friend.
Like when you look at the sheer volume that Netflix has, no one is catching them anytime soon.
Yeah.
And Netflix just dropped Space Force today.
I've watched the first 3 episodes of Space Force. I enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
And so
yeah, it's been fun.
HBO has a lot of name recognition. Their bundles is about $14-15 for all of Studio Ghibli, the DC Universe, HBO. They've got a lot of name brand stuff.
So a question for you, have you tried to go to anything else besides what's on HBO?
Oh, yeah.
So how do you get to the other properties like the TNT?
So as you slide down, at the bottom it'll show you the different
brands.
The different brands.
Okay.
So like they have
Gotcha.
like the UI page, and it allows you to set up a profile. So I did that, and then you scroll down and it has like what they're featuring, what they're promoting, and then they have their little original content. And you scroll down and it has like TCM.
Yeah.
Is it Turner Classic Movies?
Turner Classic Movies. Yeah.
So then they have Studio Ghibli, Crunchyroll.
Because
HBO.
I want to know what's in Crunchyroll because they had said Crunchyroll for them is going to be curated. I want to know exactly how curated.
I haven't gone to Crunchyroll.
Okay.
I've just gone through a couple other stuff. They have the Sesame Street Land.
Yeah.
But even a little bit of all of those things are on their front page.
Okay.
So
Isn't Adult Swim on there too?
Yes, Adult Swim is on there. So it's.
Because I'm waiting on Boondocks. That's what I'm waiting
Now the
on. Whenever
Boondocks
that
is
pops
on
up,
there.
not, you know.
The Boondocks, all the seasons are on there. Now what I haven't checked for.
Season.
What I haven't
you want
checked.
the new season,
True,
yeah.
but if you guys remember, Tyler Perry got mad and got in a fight with Sony and got them to pull the Tyler Perry episode. And I have
got
not.
the DVDs,
I haven't gone back and seen if they have that one on the site because, like Lauren said, I have the DVD. I have the DVD of the Tyler Perry episode.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, I would like to see if this gonna have the same bite that the old show had, especially with Granddad not being John Witherspoon. Is it John Witherspoon?
John Witherspoon. Yeah.
Not being around. I want to know if it has the same bite. But
I feel like shows that are a runway seem to get a little bit more. They become bolder and more creative when they go to a place that's not network television.
oh yeah.
So I don't think they're going to pull any punches on Boondocks, especially since it's on streaming.
Well, I don't think they're going to pull any punches, but you got to remember, there was a lot of creative force behind that show. Regina,
I never know which one's
King. Sorry.
Because I always get King and Hall confused.
Regina King good Lord, the woman is talented. From being Sister Knight to Huey and Riley,
Yeah.
to just, I mean, you got to remember, so like, you had John Witherspoon, you had, is it Yarborough?
Cedric Yarborough?
Is it Cedric or Cedric?
Yeah, Cedric Yarborough.
I don't know which
So
one it
you
is.
got to remember all of these different people and the writers. Can you bring that collection of people back and capture lightning in the bottle? Because the Boondocks was prophetic. Your first episode
you
was
had
R.
Samuel
Kelly.
L. Jackson on there.
You had Samuel Jackson, you had Charlie Murphy. I mean, you think about the talent that you had on that show, and their first episode was lampooning R. Kelly. Like, they were ahead of the curve. Kind of like Chappelle's show. The things that they did, like they predicted the Kentucky Fried Chicken thing. The Popeye's chicken.
So,
I mean, when you think about what they were able to accomplish, I question, can they do it again? Now, don't get me wrong, they got a lot of stuff to choose.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if the show's going to be. It probably can't be as topical as something like. I haven't watched all of South Park, but the one thing I really like about South Park is that they can talk about a topic within that same week.
Yeah.
Just the way they edit it.
but that's also because of the animation.
Right.
they use.
I know Boondocks is not animated the same way, so they can't be that fast. But I wonder how topical they'll be about stuff.
Somebody brought up they don't have the current season of Rick and Morty. SR Hazib, I'm sorry, I don't want to mispronounce your name. The reason why is Adult Swim is the only place that has the current season of Rick and Morty. So if you want to see the current season of Rick and Morty, you've got to go to Adult Swim's website itself. I don't know why or what the restriction, because even if you have Hulu, they don't have the current season. You can only go to Adult Swim's site itself. I don't know why it hasn't updated.
Okay.
But I...
Connor Pearson Ward said, "Don't forget about Cat Williams as a pimp named Slick."
Woo!
How
Son, how can you forget?
name?
Pimp named Slickback.
No, you got to say the whole thing. A pimp named Slickback. No,
That.
the hypocrisy,
No.
son. The hypocrisy. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna just go watch the Boondocks tonight because I just need that to get me through
And the Kung Fu Wolf chick,
the Kumite.
the Kumite.
A blank moment.
Yeah.
This is a moment. When MLK came back.
Oh, you ignorant people.
Yeah.
Son,
I mean, they hit on a lot of stuff for sure.
That's why I said I wonder can they repeat that?
Well, I mean, as we talked about at the top of the show, there's a lot of stuff happening around in the world and in the country that they could definitely talk about in Boondock. in Boondocks.
I mean, I would really like to see how this is going to go. I think if anybody who's combining the name recognition with content, to me, HBO Max seems to be the best of both worlds, kind of like a Netflix and a Disney Plus, because Disney Plus has name recognition without the content, a lot of content. Netflix has an overwhelming amount of content.
Too much content.
And HBO Max seems to be like the thing in the middle that has like, you can watch everything from Elmo, Sesame Street, to Godzilla, to Batman, to Anna Kendrick's new show.
It's going to be interesting like 10 years down the road when streaming companies actually have rights to their stuff. Because I feel like a big problem with HBO Max is they do own a bunch of stuff, but they can't stream it yet until it comes to them.
One thing I did forget, I'm sorry, and I apologize. I'm probably going to end up getting kicked out. They have all the Harry Potter movies.
I do remember seeing that,
And
yeah.
so
they are all on.
Yep, on HBO Max.
Do they have Fantastic Beasts movies?
Yes, I think. I don't
know. They're not good. I was just curious.
Ooh, wow.
They're not good.
Wow.
At me.
Shots
The Fantastic
fired.
Beasts movies are not good.
Woo!
Yeah, all right. They get you through. They give you a little bit of Harry Potter fix.
But see,
if
this
you
is the
don't
thing,
have much
and
of
this is
anything.
where to me, I think HBO is Warner Brothers needs to get it together. What's really going to set these companies apart is, again, somebody brought you guys brought it up. It's original programming. We just talked about Boondocks and something like that, because that would get me to subscribe if you had new Boondock episodes. Imagine a Harry Potter weekly hour-long series with HBO quality.
Yeah.
Son, could you imagine in the Wizarding World, a current gen Wizarding World television show, not some retread to like the Fantastic Beasts, but I'm talking like kids, cell phones, Wizarding World, like, really?
Yeah.
That right there that's a giant killer. That's on par with a Star Wars or a Marvel series. I don't know how long that would take to make. Who would you get to write it, direct it? But that's
something at this point. They haven't announced. I feel like that's something in 2022.
But I guess that's eventually where they're going, because that's your big guns.
Yeah, maybe.
But I mean, that's your big guns. Harry Potter's your big gun. They have I believe the Matrix movies. If I remember correctly.
Well, I think they're on that. I mean, Warner Brothers owns the Matrix. I don't know if they have streaming rights.
They're on Netflix.
But, Netflix
but
now.
again, when that comes out, because they have John Wick, so the Continental, those are what's going to be your. And so, to bring it back to the Snyder Cut, Henry Cavill coming back to be Superman, I think is a big deal, because who knows, you could have a Henry Cavill in maybe your television shows, like your Green Lantern, because they talked about having him as cameos, kind of like what they do with Mark Ruffalo with the Hulk. So in your Shazam movie, having him in there, your Green Lantern show, your Justice League Dark, having him come in as a couple episodes. Because you're going to have HBO quality Justice League Dark. And imagine if you had Superman show up, because he is vulnerable to magic.
Yeah.
Not to go in that rabbit hole, but that's where I'm hoping to see HBO Max go into that direction, being able to pull some of your big name actors into some of these TV series or limited projects on your app.
Yeah. Lauren, what are your closing thoughts? Because I gotta wrap. I mean, y'all can still talk, but I gotta go.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm seeing people hating on Harry Potter, and like, we can go ahead and block them for. You're getting blocked tonight. Nah, I'm playing. But no, I'm excited for new content. I'm excited for possibly having a new episodes with Boondocks. I'm excited to kind of, once I figure out how I can get HBO Max and really dive into it. I'm looking forward to getting in there and finding something new that I haven't seen before, or something that's been out for a while that I haven't seen before. So I don't know, something to look forward to during this bleak time that we have. I'll tell you one thing though, Disney Plus, I thought you were going to go down the road of like Disney Plus not having as much as you thought it was going to have, Michael. Is that where you were trying to go?
I mean, I don't even know what else I would want Disney Plus to have. I mean, it's got all the old cartoons that I want. I can see Recess anytime I want, which is great.
Right, because I've been going back to X-Men.
Okay, yeah.
The series.
Yeah.
You already know?
That show was so ahead of its time. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
I love that meme. Have
Yeah,
y'all
that's it.
have y'all watched that meme where where it's I've always wanted somebody to call me sugar like Rogue did Gambit in X-Men the cartoon. And it's Vince McMahon. And
Yeah.
it's like and at the end it's the last one is like Rogue calling you sugar and it's like
That's wild. Yeah, that was wild for sure.
two things. One, I want to bring up, somebody asked, Damon Estrada, HBO will be the home for Game of Thrones prequel, the House of Targaryen.
I don't even know what Game of Thrones got going on right now. They got too many 5-6 shows at one production.
Lord of the Rings is going.
Who cares?
Lord of the Rings is going to Amazon. And somebody asked me where I got this shirt. This shirt is from, my wife got it for me for our anniversary. It's from, if you guys have heard of the Try Guys.
Yeah.
So this is the shirt that Eugene always, Eugene's saying. They do YouTube and he always says this thing, I'm right, you're wrong, shut up. And it's one of those things we've been watching to get through, this pandemic, whatever. Yeah. And he has this, one of the best ones he did was he ranked some Girl Scout cookies with some actual Girl Scouts, and he was going to do them by himself.
Yeah.
And so Eugene is a little out there, so he had on like some booty shorts. And the lady was like, he's like, I got to change, don't I? She was like, yeah. So
Yeah.
And one of the little girls had like the same demeanor he had. And so he's like, I don't like you. And
wow.
So she was like, that's you. So she got me this shirt.
Okay.
So it's from the Try Guys if anybody was looking for it. Yeah, that's it for me.
Yo,
We just lost the internet.
we just lost the internet for a second. That's wild.
Are we still online? According
Yeah,
to this,
we're still
streaming.
online, maybe. Our power's going out here. We got some storms in Columbia. I feel like we're calling it now, right?
Yeah.
That's a good way to call it.
So, guys, I want
Trying
to
to be like, okay.
Yeah, Nature said that's a wrap.
Nature said that's a wrap. We went about an hour, so that was good.
Guys, I want to say thank you for this. We're going to try to do this as many. It just happened right here on the stream. It just happened.
Yeah, there you go.
So, guys, I want to say IMAX, CB Hunts, Brian Barrett, Kev John, Damon Estrada, Pejan J, Miles Cage Jr., Lucio the Fourth, Ryan Porter, LT Willow, Edward Scissorhands Productions, Bond Miller, Connor Pearson Ward, D. Steezel, SR Hasib. I'm sorry, I do not want to butcher that, but I am bad at names. Zaylin Monroe, Cavius Hale.
Katie, didn't your wife
Katie was in the chat.
Katie was in the chat. I'm trying to overlook that, y'all. David Cooper.
What up, Katie?
People over here gassing her up. Joe Ellis.
Somebody asked, what do we think is going to be more competitive, Quibi or HBO Max?
HBO Max, without a doubt.
Also, we have an interview with Quibi that I need to put up.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, that interview that you did with
Meg.
Meg.
Yeah,
I need to put an interview up with Quibi. Yeah.
So yeah, guys. We really appreciate it. We're trying to do everything we can. You guys out there, be safe. Wash your hands. Find your joy. This might be my last one for a while, cause just so y'all know, I don't know if you guys know, my wife is pregnant, and the due date is probably looking to be next week. So I'll be gone. That's part of the reason why I had to answer a lot of the comments on the videos. I'll try to pop in. So I'll be gone for a little while.
Hey, don't worry. Leroy's going to broadcast from the delivery room on Friday next week, so that's going to be great.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. I might have a little person with me. They might have sent us home by then, so y'all might see the dog. I don't know. So I just want to say thank you. I couldn't have done this without y'all, Lauren and Michael. You guys be safe.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.